Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world, talked about the team the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. Guys, we got a lot going on right now. It's kind of like the first wave of free agency is pretty much done. You're not going to see a lot of free agency moves right now, just a couple of filler moves here and there. Nothing that's going to move the needle. I don't think any free agency moves right now are going to change anyone's draft strategy moving forward or anything like that. I think that all that stuff is pretty much set. This is a really important time right now. It's a very underrated time right now in the league year because these are where a lot of the sneaky moves get made. We're going to talk about that. But before we do, want to make sure everyone please like, comment, and subscribe. It's a great way to support this channel. It's absolutely free. And like I always say, it's the absolute bare minimum you can do to support this channel besides doing absolutely nothing and just watching, which, of course, I always do appreciate. I think ultimately Pete is giving his parameters, his game plan to Spytek, and it's going to be Spytek's decision on who to select. I really do think that. I think that there's going to be a lot of people in the room to make that decision, and I think ultimately it's going to be maybe not. I don't think Spytek is going to get what he wants, but I mean, I think I'm not. Let me reword that. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Spytek's decision is going to be final. I think he'll have the final say to sway the decision, but not necessarily be the final word. Tom Telesco didn't use all of his cap last season, and he knew that the running game was going to be extremely important for AP and the offense, and you let Josh Jacobs walk, and you didn't replace him. You replaced him with a backup and another backup and a young player who hasn't shown he can take the Brock and run it effectively for a long period of time. Bro, that was a big mistake. Now we have to fill that role again. It's not easy, but it has to get done because piecing together these Tom, Dick, and Harry, it's not going to make it happen. It's not going to work. The Eagles fell apart the season before without the strong running game because they became more predictable. They get a strong running back and things change. I think we need more than one running back. We need to at least two running backs because we need the depth. I don't know how much Dylan Laube has. I had very high hopes for him. I thought he was a very good pass catcher out of the backfield. He just wasn't able to see the field. And AP, if AP saw more in Dylan Laube, he would have played him more because he was fighting for his job. And he didn't play him. He played special teams more off. He played I think the one snap he had on offense and he fumbled, I see some people are like, oh, we have Laube. Laube's going to be this. Laube's going to be that. Yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying, but you have to also understand that AP wasn't in the business of like saving a guy for next season. He needed that's like us going out with a freaking 10. Like we have to pull out all the stops the first night. We don't know if it's going to be a return engagement, right? Same thing with AP. He needed to pull out all the stops and put the best players on the field because he didn't know if he was going to come back. So if Dylan Laube was good enough to play, I think Dylan Laube, his big chance to play would have been last season when the running back group wasn't all that great. Sincere McCormick, I like him very much. I like his heart. I like his ability to just be persistent and tenacious. He just can't stay healthy. And ultimately, I need you on the field. This is going to be his fourth season in the league, and he hasn't been able to stay healthy any season whatsoever. He always seems to get hurt. That's my problem with that. Zeus White, I had high hopes for Zeus White, man. He just did not show the ability. He didn't get any run after week 5 or week 6. And it was glaring, his inability to run the football. And his inability to shake and be shifty and make people miss. He was just trying to be a battering ram. And I don't know, man. I mean, the line didn't do him any favors, but goddamn. Zeus White was really a bummer to me. Amir Abdullah, I think, is a good complementary back. I don't think he's a guy that you can put the entire running scheme on. Alex Madison, we traded Mostert for Madison. Madison went and signed with the Dolphins. he was okay, but he never was a starting running back. I think Mostert can be good in a limited role. I think we've seen that when Mostert runs the ball and has too many touches, he's just not somebody that can carry that load. He get injured a little bit too often. We need that extra running back position, man. I'm afraid that playing next to Jackson Powers-Johnson exposed Dylan Parham for some of the glaring weaknesses he has in his game. When we saw Jackson Powers-Johnson manhandling guys, right? And then we see Dylan Parham next to him getting manhandled, it just looks that much worse. Dylan Parham severely regressed last season, and he has to answer for that. He has to answer for that regression. Now, we can talk about the offensive line, and we get offensive coaching, the coordinator, the offensive line coach. We can talk about all that. But Jackson Powers-Johnson seemed to do just fine with the same coaching. Okay? Let's not, think it's all coaching and he's fine, he's going to be okay. Dylan Parham has to fight. He has to fight if he wants to reach the field. Because guess what? The people who picked Dylan Parham, that's 2 regimes ago. That wasn't Telesco. That was a freaking JMD Ziegler thing. Okay? Nobody here has any ties to Dylan Parham. He's just a guy. He's a jag. He's just a guy. So he has to show that if he does have more potential in his game, he needs to learn. He needs to be able to anchor stronger at the point, and he needs to be more violent up front. If he can't do that, I don't think he's going to last in a Chip Kelly, let alone a Pete Carroll offensive line. I'll tell you that right now. I want to, Prevencio, I want to see him compete as well. But he needs to be able to do a couple of things way better than he has already. That's my concern right now. Is like, dude, he's getting pushed back left and right, whereas Jackson Powers-Johnson is doing the one pushing people back. That disparity just looked really bad when the guy next to you is kicking ass and you're getting your ass kicked. I think we could still be good up front as well. I really do think that. But the thing is, I want to make sure that we're doing a lot of things that we need to do to fortify these positions, because look, nothing would make me more incensed if we don't address the interior of the offensive line and we go out there and roll these same dudes out there and they get their freaking asses kicked. It's like, what did you expect to happen? You saw the tape. You saw 17 games of them getting their ass kicked. Why would you not fortify that part of your offense? That's the problem that I have. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it for tonight. We're going to call it a night. Thank you very much for listening, guys. I really appreciate you. That's my time for tonight. I want to tell you guys one thing. I really appreciate you guys coming on and just showing up for the nation, man. It's Raiders versus the world. It's Raiders versus everybody else. Just like Raheem Mostert said, he didn't really grow up being a Raider fan, but he always kept an eye on the shield. He always kept an eye on it. That goes to show you they hate us because they ain't us. They all want to be part of the Raiders. Go ahead, if you haven't done it already, please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's a great way to support this channel. It's absolutely free, and it's the bare minimum you can do to support besides doing absolutely nothing and just watching the video, which I always still appreciate. All right, guys. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.